Okie dokie. Continue. But Firefox. But like this makes it Firefox. We last left it. Had we do? We were trying to figure out how to get the coordinates of not loading at all. Loading search box for some reason. Firefox isn't having a day, or either that or my browser's not having a day. Up. Curious. The index faulty? I have no idea what went on then. This is totally the wrong source. This is Chrome. This is Firefox. So what do we want to do? We want to where were we last? We were here. And we need to handle the light dismiss of open dialogues. There is light dismiss as a feature exists already in there's trailing off. Popovers already have a light dismiss. Light dismiss open popovers. Which is pretty close to what we actually are after. To the point where it might be worthwhile refactoring both of these functions. But I think that that's a pull request on top of this. I think we should do the simple thing first. And the simple thing first is making sure that we have dialogue element. We can kind of tidy it up like this, right? Say if not dialogue element, return. We can get the pointer event. Probably have an assert like this. And we want it. I don't even think we necessarily need it as a pointer event now, because we're looking at this ref point was part of UI events, which may be sufficient. We need to double check this. So widget pointer event, part of mouse event, ref point, pointer event, part of mouse event, part of event base, part of input event. Input event had the ref point. So it's probably fine to just keep it cast as a pointer event, because there's no point in like making it generic when what we actually like we know it's a pointer event. It'll point to like one of the superclasses. Okay, so the spec says nearest click dialog. This should actually be whoops. I love leaving my little crumb trails. Like just open dialogues. Popping a URL from the spec into the code is really handy, because then someone else can just get that URL, search for it in the code base, and find the thing. Okay, so if it's a dialog and it has the open attribute and is modal, okay, that's this. True. We're going to get the ref point. I don't know why this is called the ref point. The ref. Mref point. Doesn't look like it's a getter. In public? It's in public. The mref point. And this gives us layout device input. From there, just remembered, did seek the advice of folks in the layout Firefox. What they actually. So, fun bit. If I So for now, what we're going to do is get event coordinates relative to get event coordinate relative. Oh, interesting. So this takes a widget. Event. Widget event is widget time base class. What? Okay, so we've got a layout device int point. So this is this ref point. We've got a widget. I'm not sure what the widget would be. got relative to. It really used nowhere? Where is he? That was a weird search, isn't it? So the relative to just wraps frame. We should be able to say something to the tune of NS layout utils get event coordinate relative to the widget, which I'm not sure what would be, or point, which is a, get the name of it, the layout device int point I guess we could just inline it for event mref. And then relative to dialog element. And this is going to return us something. It is. What does this actually return us? It returns us an NS point. So let's go look at some other cool sites. What is really interesting? Get over a click target might be interesting. Bin button sounds quite interesting. Trying to find stuff that where we could potentially see code similar to what we're going to write. So let's have a look at this. So this doesn't help us a ton. Needs to be an NSI frame. I don't know if like HTML dialog element then it extends generic, of course, which is like styled element which is node, the frame fragment or element, SI content by node, just an event target, which is not necessarily a frame, right? So is there a way we can get the frame of a node? Get primary frame. So this might want to be get primary frame. I'm just gonna do a compile and see what it complains about. Increase this one. Yeah, so we know it's going to fail because we don't have widget. We're not sure what widget's going to be. So they seem to all be using a event, which does make sense, but it's also a little confusing because I don't understand. Oh look, this is encouraging. As far as I could see, the inheritance chain for widget of GUI event not widget event time. Widget event time is where it ends. But maybe you know, maybe it is. Maybe I should just chuck in the event and it goes wrong. What did we have as some errors here? We've got from node or null element target. Mopen dialogs.length is not undeclared identifier mopen dialogs because this is a document. This should be a thing on document. Oh, out of line definition. This shouldn't be a document. Wait, what? Handle light dismissed open dialogues in Perez shell. Given the event. How is that too many arguments? Right amount of. Because and actually we don't need to. Well, thing kind of looks semi-reasonable. Obviously, we need to do something here. We need to like take this, go back to bin button one because it was quite close to what we were after, I think. So we're going to get a point. So we can do this here, right? Let's point. I'm guessing this piece of code is effectively saying because spin button is one element, if you're in the top half of the element, then you're going to get the up. If you're in the bottom half of the element, you'll get the down. So it seems like the point is maybe this is a sentinel value for like the point is outside of the bounds relative. Let's have a look. Get chords relative to maybe where we will find documentation around that. Yeah, I mean like returning here unconstrained. If it doesn't have a frame, doesn't have a widget, then it calls get coordinates relative to calls this. I guess this is where the logic resides. Yeah, so I think I want to say something to the tune of point is not equal this unconstrained value, and this back to this one. We can see like this is what's happening here, right? So we're saying this is out of bounds, and so if we go back to the spec, it says that outside the bounds of target, we're going to return will this because this there's something around ancestor be the result of running nearest click dialog. Effectively saying that nearest click dialog to null though. Have a look what we've got. Open dialogs, this is empty. We're just getting the dialogue. Excuse me. Add some comments here. So dialogues empty list return. Maybe we should factor this out into a different function now, because it's getting like there's a few if statements here which I'm not like massively happy about. I think we want to set null. Oh, right around here, I think we're going to be called nearest. Dialog. And it needs to return HTML dialog element pointer. Means that these are going to do also definition. Got an error on semicolon type relative to wrong here. This is a continuous error. Let's recompile. So let ancestor nearest clicked dialog event element dialog element. Excuse me. We should call this ancestor, just like the spec. We should say pointer, last dialog pointer down target. Should be equal to tester. Then we can say if a event m type is e pointer down, oh, we should do this in here. Just all of step 5. Else if let's do a return, then let's say if a event well, we've got an assert. Oh, it's message. We've got an assert that says this is either pointer up or pointer down. So we can say if it's not that, we can just chuck an assert. Well, just for readability more than anything else. So we know this is pointer up. And then want to say right. So ball, same target, going to be the result of ancestor being equal to m last dialog point target. Why there's always some names. Then need to think. I'm gonna set it to null. Yeah. Is 5 6.1. Pointer. 3 is if not same target. The run is slow because it's oh. This is weird. It's like this. Oh, because the ancestor is if the ancestor is null, yeah, this whole like ancestor mechanism is so that if your pointer down is on a dialog, you drag your pointer out of the dialog and you point it up. We don't want the dialog to close. So the nearest click dialog, the point of this is to ensure that if the dialog was involved in the click event, then it shouldn't close. But if it's if there's a dialog on top of that, like if you have a dialog within a dialog and you're clicking on the dialog on the back, you want the topmost dialog to. So this totally makes sense. So like, HTML dialog element, topmost dialog. We'll add a dialog list, I think. Some open dialogs, but they're weak pointers. So an array of weak pointers. We look for topmost popover. hide this by default. Oh. Fancy bar. See where I can hide it by default. I'll figure that out later. The topmost. No. I'm after. There's a way to unpack a weak pointer, which I forget. Look for mtop layer. Hello, Vale. How is progress, you ask? Well, we're making progress. We're pretty close, I think. Just have to figure out. This is no, this is not the thing. Need to figure out how to unpack a weak pointer. Forget. You get a weak pointer. There you go. This is what we want. Want to do. Been a few days. Good to see you're still at it. Yep, absolutely. We are taking this to the finish line. Wait. We're here. Yeah, it's I can't recommend watching these through and through. I think, you know, popping in and out is a good way to do it. So this gets us an element. I think there's something special about the do query referent that requires node ID. Don't see here. So we have to do a cast, I think. So we're going to get the element from the weak pointer, which is going to be mopen dialogs. And open dialogs is the array, and I'm wondering if there's like a last thing array. Last element. So we're going to say we're going to get the last element of mopen dialogs. We might want to say well, we know it's we know there's something in there because the length is positive. So we can safely do this. Then we can we'll need to do the conversion. So we say topmost dialog. Now we need to do a cast, and I'm sure I have that somewhere like this, basically. But this is going to be, well, yeah, we can make it a ref pointer. Topmost dialog. Not in its generic element, but this line. Topmost dialog is going to be and the next part of this was right. So if it's equal to ancestor, we return. So 6.5 if ancestor topmost dialog. And then we're going to say if topmost dialog get closed by not equal to HTML dialog element closed by on a return is 6. Then we want to say request to close. Don't think implemented request to close. I've not implemented request to close. So that's going to be its own little adventure. Is there a close? Just set closed. There's a closed. Request to close. This is, I think, actually request to close. Wait. Request to close. Oh, is it on the close watcher? Oh, okay. I didn't read that properly. Close watcher is private. I could have sworn there was a request to close on dialog. That may be a new thing. Request to close. Huh. Well, I'm convinced that there is. Did it not add this? I'm convinced we were talking about this at one point. Request to close. Oh, it's called request close. Why did I not see that? Okay, so we haven't got request close though. So we do need to add request close. It's just called request close, not request close. There was a so we're going to add request to close. This will need to be in. Will need to be in the IDL because it's a. And request close dialogues. Yeah, cool. But yeah, cool. So, so have request close with a return value. Close. This is request close. We've got request close in the IDL. We've got it in the headers. It needs to take the same thing here. So maybe we should pop it. Whoops. Here. Be handy to add some voice dictation to your setup while streaming. You can have a backup of all your verbalized thoughts. You can index and search through. Wow, that would be interesting. Is there a tool that you can recommend that does that? maybe I should just may as well make use of the fact that you're saying everything out loud anyway. Yeah, maybe I could program just using my voice and then just enforce the fact that like the entire thing can be constructed again. So anyways, we've got the request to close. We want to spec pretty much. I feel like it's the same as drop a little to ourselves, and we're gonna say we call request close not call request close. There is a so we can say close watcher. Yeah, is close watcher. Request close. Oh, and it wouldn't be too hard to bodge together. I'm thinking essentially live scribing notes you work you can reference back to. Yeah, what's the latest in like speech to text, like OpenAI's Whisper or something? Implement something like that and just have it running on the side. Might be interesting because then I could add subtitles to these videos after the fact if anyone was hearing impaired and wanted to watch these with subtitles. I've been meaning to like condense them down into actual videos rather than live streams. I thought it might be interesting to like take the 4 hours of work and put it into 10 minutes. But I am also very lazy and I don't do things. This is saying enable close watcher, which I think we had. Yeah, lots of footage to edit. Oops. So we're going to say enable is true. We're going to request close. Say if this. I'm going to call request close. False. And we're going to set this to so back to this. We want to I think we can just call topmost dialog request to close here now. I can't think of a good reason why we would not. Because the only thing it does is assert that the close watch is not null and give a return value, and we can just set that to set a none or whatever the set it optional. No, it's its own optional. Probably not that that one. Optional. Oop. Full. Guess we could just like return value is going to be a we're already in the all. That should do. Okay, got an error which is undeclared identifier target on 149. Cannot see that. Document CPP. Is that an old error? Request to close. Did I call this request to close? Request to close here. Request to close here. Dot into the pointer somewhere. Logs. Problem, which is here some yeah. Request to close false. I'm pretty sure we didn't end up implementing this parameter. Memory recalls. We subbed a if conditional. One 494. Nice when the compiler tells you that you've done something like this, because that would be like an error that would trip up a JavaScript dev. Of course, you had some kind of okay, so we just speed ran request to close. Oh, it's nearly time for work. I think we will static cast from ports weak pointer. This is don't like well why as an initializer? Yeah, I thought this would be. I wonder if I can just do this and get away with it. So 14504 expected. Like what? You expect this to does match. Oh. was missing a comma, telling me that parens don't match. Not a helpful error. So M last last pointer down. Last dialog pointer down. Doesn't like this because M last pointer down is a weak pointer. So we need to assign we need to assign it to be a this do get weak reference. Do get a reference. No, just do get weak reference. To do the job. I can type. Oh my word, right. But this is time. We're gonna have to call it here. Hopefully, I might just tidy up the last bits of this off stream because I don't think there's that much that needs doing. But if there is, I will stream again on Monday, I guess. I think either way I'll be streaming again on Monday. Same kind of time. And I will be implementing either the last bits of this or something new. What have we got on the docket? We've still got to implement declarative shadow DOM in Firefox. We still got to implement what working on yeah, we've got to start DOM parts. Yeah, we've got to implement scoped element. This is out of date. We've got to continue implementing scoped elements. I really do need to get onto invoker stuff. There's a spec PR that I need to finish off and some accessibility stuff that I need to finish off. I need to get dialog toggle events done in WebKit. It's just being annoying. Got the PR open. It's right here. I just need to update it and get the tests fixed. But this is very close, so maybe we'll do this on Monday. Or maybe I'll do it over the weekend. Yeah, cool. Lots to do. Enough to stream. Alright. If you've been watching, thank you very much. And I'll see you all on Monday, hopefully. Yes, so long. Thanks for the stream. Thank you very much, Vale. Good to see you around. Bye for now.